Hi guys, it's Ron, singer from Montreal. I'm not going to be singing today, but interestingly enough, I'm going to be talking about singing and everything that we have to do, everything we go through, what's important, all about singing itself. So, really, it started for me as a little boy, and I realized I had a gift to sing then, and my family was so very encouraging of it. They would put me up on the table and tell me, Ronnie, just go. So I would go, and I would do like impressions of W.C. Fields and Mae West, and they just had a ball with that. So through the years, I would just sing anything that I heard on the radio. And then I guess I was around 12, 11, 12. I thought Kiss was like God. And then one day, I heard this song on the radio, and the artist is Pat Benatar with this song Heartbreaker, okay? The minute that I heard that guitar and I heard her voice, like, within 10 minutes, all my Kiss posters were off my wall, man. I was open to a whole new world as a singer after that. And then next thing was I was around 16, I think, and Ozzy was asked to leave Black Sabbath, and the singer Ronnie James Dio joined. And no offense to Ozzy, it's just that Dio was technically taught and he used his vibrato a lot, and I'm big on vibrato. So to me, when he joined, I thought they were God, okay? So for many years I practiced the Ronnie James Dio. And then when I was around 18, I discovered Ann Wilson of Heart. And I can't see having a better vocal coach than her, right? So I practiced to her for many, 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 many years. And then, I don't know, in my mid-20s, I discovered a few bands. There was this one, Lynch Mob, and they had these two singers that, they had this, like, sensual feeling. They use a lot of accentuation, and that taught me a whole, like, new angle on vocals through those years. But like later in life, what I've discovered is called melodic metal, where the musicianship is incredible, but the vocals are off the charts, okay? So for me, I always search for the best vocals I can find. Doesn't matter, female, male vocals, whatever is going to challenge me, whatever excites me, that's just going to make me a better singer. And I really believe that melodic metal has really done that, especially in this moment. Maria Brink, she just has this airy, moody, sensual, yet powerful and angelic all at the same time. So she's taught me like this whole new angle on approaching songs. So that's it. There's a lot of rules, like for most singers, like no dairy, no citrus an hour before a show. If you have a meal, try to have it a couple of hours before, because you don't want to have no burp live. I tell you, it happened to me once and never again. Sleep, okay? Sleep is so very important. I was so protective of that. Sometimes I threatened to kick my bandmates' ass if they didn't let me sleep, okay? Because a not rested singer, you might get through the night, but you're going to struggle through, okay? So that's one key. It's funny, on the road, I would actually have slippers everywhere I went, because I always found if my feet or my neck was cold, it affected my throat. So I'd always have my neck tube, which was my best friend in the world. And of course my slippers, walking around all these hotels, motels with my slippers. So I had rules. And the one thing that some singers do live is people will offer them a shot of hard alcohol. And it's like the worst thing for your vocal cords. I mean, they're all raw and heated up now. And you want to go and throw alcohol in there? Like, it's not worth it, guys, to be cool, to screw up your voice. So I had so many rules. And there's this one really cool thing. I had an ex, Andriana, and she was a technically taught singer, really wicked singer. And she taught me this trick where you put a candle, I guess around 6 to 8 inches from your mouth, about even. And how to test if you have good control is if you can sing and no cheating, no singing like, like you gotta give some oomph. But if you can learn to sing and that candle doesn't move anymore, you have really good control. Most people tell me that they can't sing. It's not true. All you guys are trying to pull off artists that are professionals. You can't be trying to pull off Whitney or Celine or Aguilera, okay? Try things that are more in your comfort zone, okay? Try to find mid-tone singers even, I'm sure. When you try to sing a song, okay, and you're not pushing or forcing too much, that tells you that song's in your comfort range. Now, yes, pros can push themselves out of that, but that's pros, But when your everyday person tells me I think that's the problem, is stop trying to pull off the best of the world. Just try to pull off people that are more average, and you're going to be really surprised. You're going to see that you can sing more than you ever thought. Now, singing itself, okay? If you want to push power usually always comes from the diaphragm. So that's for use of power. Now, there's different things to singing. Like, you have vibrato, which is like this. Ah. That's vibrato, when you roll your voice. Now, one of the hardest things for singers, which I found, Ann Wilson and Dio had a couple of the most natural vibratos ever. So I had the two best teachers. Now, vibrato itself came a natural thing to me, but there's another thing that they would do called voice rolls. And mostly the pros can only do these, and it took me many years to do them, okay? This is a voice roll. Yeah! Yeah! You hear the rolling in there? Well, to me, if you're a well-rounded, crafted singer, you should have a very good vibrato. You should be able to do voice rolls. You should be able to put a lot of power through your diaphragm. And you should also be able to have a soft, angelic quality for ballads. There's some misconceptions about that. You see, some people think, like, unless you have, like, these crazy high notes that, you're the best singer. No, okay? For me, okay, high notes have their place, okay? If they're way overdone in a song, it's too much, too long. I can't handle it. It starts getting to me, okay? But the thing is when it's overdone, it starts losing its taste for what makes it special in the first place. But what I find is if you place some high notes well a couple of times in a song, now it's accentuated now. So, see, and that's one thing, as a singer all my life, I've never worked that hard on my highest ranges. It's not something I needed necessary to do all the cover bands and tribute bands and projects that I've done, But I got to admit, as a singer myself, it's the one thing that I would love to have in my arsenal of weapons, So what I try to do is I try to practice to the best in the business, like James Labrie of Dream Theater and his solo work, or Sebastian Bach. These two guys, boy, they make highs seem like a piece of cake, So, yes, I can hit some of their stuff, yes, but I'm not hitting it with the power and the clarity, as I'd want. So it's not something I'd ever try to pull off live. And that's another thing I wanted to point out about myself as a singer, is that, say we had a show and I'm not feeling it, I'm really sick, and I don't think I could back up, say, whatever we did on the CD, I would cancel that show. I would never show my vulnerable side as a singer, ever. I'm very protective of that. I would reward the fans in some way with t-shirts or a second show, I don't know, but that's just one thing. And I've seen singers do that, where they put themselves on the line, and they've actually ruined, like David Coverdale himself. Like, I practiced with him for a few years, and he decided to go on stage, and I'm pretty sure all coked up. So his whole nasal cavity was numb. And when he went to try to hit those high notes, unfortunately, he pretty erased erased away like a 25, 30-year good reputation. It's just, you should never do that. Like, be smart about that, please. Anyone that's thinking of doing a show, say, next week, and you're a singer, and you're questioning a note or something in there, dude, leave it out. Just go quiet for a few seconds. It's not the end of the world, okay? That's really important for most artists. Just stay within your comfort zones and everything's good. So that's pretty much it, you know. It shows you another thing too, that singing is very physical, okay? When you're pushing on your diaphragm all night, by the end of the night, you're burned out. So after most shows, I would mingle with the crowd a little bit to show I was a good guy. And it's funny, sometimes some girls would say, well, me and you were going to party tonight. So in my head, I'd be going, I don't think so. But to be nice, I'd tell the girl, look, it's not that I wouldn't want you. And I'd give her a kiss on the cheek. But I would just tell her, look, I'm really burned out. I just want to go to my room. And I want to have a shower and get my sweat clothes and relax. And that's really was it. So that's another thing I was very disciplined too, was I made sure I didn't stay up too late. The guys were younger. They could go party. It didn't bother me. Like I said, I wanted just to sleep. And to conclude is, it's my passion, okay? Makes me feel alive, gives me a purpose, and everybody should sing. It makes your spirit so alive and open. And people, we shouldn't be shy, you know? Just sing. Don't ever be shy to do it. It's like a freeing thing. It stimulates animals. When I sing to my cats, they just roll around. They love it. It's just such a wonderful thing. And I hope I taught you, and maybe you'll try some of these things I said. That's really it. Ron the singer, behind the guy a little bit more. So much love to Facebook and YouTube. I'm working on you, YouTube. So much love. I'm out. Ron from Montreal.